I'd like to focus my presentation based on the local perspective on the different options of energy in Sabah. So I just want to share about what are our views towards the renewable energy and what are the options and how can we actually bring this to cater or to solve our energy issues in our state. So first of all, I'd like to start with looking at the different issues. Excuse, I cannot see the slides. What is our concern for me as working as in the NGO, and we are actually looking at Malaysia's commitment towards the international climate change talks that we have been working out. So we have to walk our talk when it comes to international commitments. Of course, we want to reduce the intensity of CO2 emissions by 2020. That's not far ahead. It's just about 10 years to go. The other thing is we have this green energy policy. Green energy policy, we say that by 2020, we need to go renewable energy for about 2,000 megawatts. That's a lot, because we have to start somewhere. And of course, coal is not a renewable energy unless somebody says so that coal is renewable. But I don't say coal is a renewable energy. And also, I think it was mentioned by Mr. Ravi that of course the fuel price is also an issue. It's not just towards the fossil fuel, but also the biomass or biofuel. Fuel price will be the most critical issue. And of course, for me as Sabahan, is that dependence on foreign fuel. How can we said security for fuel is very important, because the coal will be coming from where? It will be coming from Kalimantan. And for me, I think it's not just about how clean the coal, how dirty the coal is, but how do you get the coal from there to here? And then who is actually suffering from the coal mines in Kalimantan? We have to also think about that. It's not just about how clean, what is the technology to make it clean is another issue. And of course, there are a lot of issues also about unattractive investment plans. I think it was pointed out that even we park a few 100 million ringgit in the bank, at the moment there's not much takers towards renewable energy, because I think there's a lot of issues towards the price and so on. So I think Sabah should be a role model on how to get renewable energy off the ground and show the world that we can do it. Okay? So just to add to what the previous speaker said, biomass. But we have to remember that biomass is not just palm oil waste. There are a lot of other biomass energy source that we have in our state, because we have forestry, we have livestock, all other agriculture also produce a lot of biomass. So I don't want to say just all palm waste here, but we also have to look at different biomass source. For example, we do have a lot of biomass in terms of the agroforestry or the tree plantations. We plant acacia, we can plant eucalyptus for this. There are a lot of waste when you harvest all this. And not to mention about the biomass from the replanting process of palm plantations. So we can also look at the different biomass sources, not just all palm, but also biomass. But the issue is how to actually get this biomass fuel, which is scattered all around the land. It's everywhere in our state. So it's just a matter of how to think about the planning and how to ensure that we can actually collect this biomass and turn it into fuel. For example, this is just an idea, a concept of how we can actually work out to cater for the fuel industries. So what we need now is actually to come up with the industry, fuel production-based industry. We want to produce biomass briquettes, pellets, and all this. So we collect, for example, we can collect tree palm falls, trunks from the plantation, and instead of going for big scale boilers or with steam-based power plants, we can also use small gasifier system, which is technology out there is been proven and been used for a long time. And we can produce not just heat from the gasifier, we can also produce electricity that can actually cater for the mini grid around that area. So we don't need to be connected actually. We don't need to be connected to the main grid. What is important is where the location and how do you collect this biomass, turn into in terms of process biofuel, biomass fuel. And in the process we can actually turn palm oil mills, which is mostly isolated, we can turn that into a 110 megawatt biomass processing integrated plant. So I just want to clearly say here that there are a lot of ways. It's just to make sure that how do you cater for the that they can actually supply biomass fuel to that bigger power stations. So we don't need to import coal. And these are just process of how to actually we can do the processing. We can make it as a business. It can be a small scale, smallholder can do this. Anybody can with the resources can actually can make it, and we can sell biomass and fuel. So the last point I have to make here is actually it can be integrated to other renewable energy. For example, this is a small hydropower, micro hydro is owned by a community, and they own a cooperative that actually runs a small scale micro hydro system. So they don't sell at the moment, but they sell on their own within the community. So it means that we can also, instead of really expanding the grid, we can do also decentralized systems that can be owned privately or community owned. So these are the things that we can do. We can generate jobs, we can utilize our own ways, and so the most important thing is to build economy. And I'm just trying to see, maybe I just superimpose the SSB grid connection here, that actually there are a lot of options to integrate different, especially for run-off river hydros. I know Ulu Moyog, in Papar, Kimanis, these are Ulu Padas, and also Sapulut, which are also a lot of hydro potentials. Of course, they have been doing geothermal studies have been done, but we can place this based on the availability of these plantations here. All palm plantations, mostly the tree plantation is overhead. So biomass can be integrated to our energy system. So last but not least, I just go straight to my recommendation. I think there needs to be a very comprehensive policy on renewable energy. It's not just looking at how much energy, but also looking at the fuel price, how can the local economy benefit for it, and also to increase the tariff of renewable energy, because these are premium energy. So general public have to be in a side that we are willing to pay for better energy. And of course, last but not least, there must be a coordination between the different ministry. I think the Plantation Industries Ministry, the Green and Energy, Green Technology and Ministry, and the Rural and Regional Development Ministry to actually to streamline the efforts towards the electrification of Sabah. And this is last slide. If you look at this, look like makanan ayam kan? But then actually this is can be our future energy source, because this is a biomass pellets that was produced locally. Thank you.